Good game Thursday night. Congratulations.
Appreciate
You're
it.
looking for another big win tonight. How do you coach some consistency out of your team?
Well, it's been a challenge for us. Going back to all last year, we show flashes, whether it's within a game or from game to game, just bringing that consistency. Hopefully, having a consistent lineup, rotation, and a group that can get us off to a good start will help in that. And that's that challenge. Good teams play the right way every night, regardless of wins and losses. And that's what we aspire to be.
You always talk about turnovers and not committing more than 15, although you did win one the other night. You committed 15.
First time.
Is that a focus tonight?
Oh, it's a focus for us every night. We feel that we have a lot of offensive weapons, and we can be very hard to guard as long as we're not beating ourselves. And what happens a lot of times is we get caught trying to make plays in tight spaces, forcing the issue. Just take what they give us, make the easy play, and when we do that, let your teammate either take the shot or make a play for somebody else.
Starters did well. Was it difficult for you to coach the guys that were on the bench the other night because there were new guys there and new rotations?
Yeah, not really. I give our guys credit. Obviously, there's not a lot to say when you're first quarter, you have 38 points and you're up big and you put up 132 for the game. When you have a guy like Darrell Arthur, who I spoke to before the game, to inform him that he wouldn't be playing that night in all likelihood, and he receives that with just class, that makes my job easier. The word that Darrell used, and I think it really kind of hits the point, is sacrifice. Can't play 15 guys, and Darrell Arthur is a guy that has proven to be a very good player in this league, but he sacrifices for our team and supports everybody that is playing. So we have to be selfless and support each other along the way.
Is Carmelo still the focal point of the Knicks, or is Kristaps moved into that position?
Well, I think they're sharing it more, but end of game, the ball will be in Carmelo's hands. Make no mistake about it. He's already hit a couple of game winners this year, Minnesota and Charlotte. So, he's a tough one-on-one cover. The thing I respect about Carmelo is that I think the last year and this year, he's really playing team basketball. He's playing the right way and empowering a young player like Kristaps Porzingis to become a great player in the future. But they're playing well. For them, they said it. They think this is a must-win for them to go home 3-2 in this road trip, and we're approaching it. We have to protect our home court and continue to move in the right direction. So it should be a good game.
Hey, Coach, you said Darrell had to sacrifice and not play last game. Is that how it's going to be going forward? Since you guys, with a fully healthy roster for the first time this year, is somebody different going to have to sacrifice, every game?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping it's not somebody different every game. I'd like to try to get into a little bit of a rhythm with that rotation, starters and guys off the bench. But we all know in the course of an 82-game season, things are going to change. But right now, obviously, Nurkic was starting. He has a limited role coming off the bench. Darrell Arthur started 3 games in a row, didn't play it all last game. So we need guys to understand whatever is best for our team. Stay ready, stay positive, and Darrell is doing that. I think Nurk is doing that. And the fact of the matter is we have a very deep team with talented players. So, that's just what we're deciding to go with right now. And obviously it's one game, but in that one game it worked very well. And hopefully that can continue tonight.
With Gary playing 30-plus minutes on Thursday, how did he kind of progress from that? I know you played him a little more than you wanted to going in, and how do you just progress from that? How's he feeling, coming into tonight's matchup?
Oh, he's fine. He didn't want to hear anything about a minute restriction. He's a competitor. He wanted to be out there in the fourth quarter when they were making it a game. But I'm sure he was a little bit sore yesterday, not just from the game, but he had gone 6 straight days prior to that game of trying to get back on the court. So that's why we limited him yesterday, and but I think he showed what he's able to do and what he brings to the table the other night after missing an extended period of time. So having him back is a very welcomed addition.
Coach, are you still looking to get Jokic some more minutes? I know he got into foul trouble in the last game, but
yeah, he's got to help in that regard. I mean, if he's going to pick up a stupid third foul, I can't play him. And I've told him that time and time again. I want to play him close to 30 minutes a night, but he has to help me in that. And those silly fouls at half court, when the other team is in the bonus, there's no rhyme or reason to take that foul. And I told him that when he's coming off the floor. I said, I want to play you more minutes, and I want you on the floor in crunch time. And those fouls, are going to prohibit that from happening. But he's a valuable player, and playing at a very high level right now. So my goal is to play him, close to 30 minutes a night.
We don't get to see a lot of Jokic in New York. Are there similarities between him and Porzingis at all?
Yeah, I think they're both young. They're both very talented. They're both from Europe. I would say that Porzingis is a better shooter. His range, shooting 39% from three, that is something that differentiates them. I don't think Porzingis is the passer that Nikola is. So there are definitely some similarities, but they're also not the same player. And they're both great players in their own right. I mean, I think Porzingis, 7'2", and the skill set that he has is really, you don't see many guys have that. And you can make the same case for Nikola Jokic. Not as tall as Porzingis, but his playmaking and his passing, I think, are what separate Nikola Jokic from any other big in the NBA.
Mike, does it look like the Knicks' offense is quite a bit different from last season with Randis and Fisher? Does it look like they've changed or not?
Yeah, I think you can tell that Jeff is really trying to implement more of the triangle, but also, not completely be fully triangle, if that makes any sense. I think that's a tough thing. He's the head coach who has his own style and system and philosophy, working for, arguably the greatest coach of all time, who believes in the triangle 100%. So Jeff is finding that battle of how do I implement that? And he's also got a great pick and roll player in Derrick Rose when healthy, and a great ISO player in Carmelo Anthony. But I think Jeff has to, end of the day, stick to what he believes in, because end of the day, it's his name on the wins and losses.
Coach, knowing that the extended Hernan Gomez family is going to be watching in Madrid later tonight, Willie's on the other team. Will you be tempted to use Juancho a little bit tonight?
I'll be tempted if the situation calls for it. I'm not going into the game. No disrespect to the Hernan Gomez family back in Madrid. This isn't college. This isn't a situation where you're playing in somebody's hometown and you have to play a guy. But Juancho is more than deserving of an opportunity because of how well he's played and how hard he's worked. So if the situation arises, Chris, and we can put him out there, and I trust him. So if that happens, it'll be great for those two and their family back in Madrid. It'll be a very long and late night for those people back in Spain.
Can always have him guard his brother.
I think they're here tonight.